Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document. It is a vehicle of life, and its spirit is always the spirit of age. India, the country which is a living example of unity in diversity, where people of more than one religion live together with complete understanding, patience and brotherhood, celebrates its Republic Day with great enthusiasm and zeal. Republic Day marks the occasion when the Constitution of India came into effect on January 26, 1950. The Constitution was created and was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on November 26, 1949 and then came into effect in 1950. Dr. Rajendra Prasad joined his office and began his tenure as the President of India in 1950. Apart from the reason why the Republic Day is celebrated, there are also certain intriguing and amazing facts about this day which we will tell you about today. The Constitution of India, which was first adopted in 1950, is the longest constitution in the world, with 444 articles segmented into 22 parts and 12 schedules with 118 amendments to date. Bag of borrowings is the term used to signify the Indian Constitution as a conglomeration of various provisions taken from the constitutions of different countries. This huge document was not printed but written, in fact. Just imagine how tedious it might have been. It was Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada who patiently wrote the entire document with his own hands. It took almost 3 years to finally draft the Indian Constitution in its final form. The first Republic Day parade was held in 1950 at the Irwin Amphitheatre, which is now Major Dhyan Chand Stadium, in which 3,000 Indian military personnel and over 100 aircrafts participated. In the initial first 4 years, the venue of these marches were Irwin Stadium, Red Fort and Ramlila grounds. The parade was led by then Brigadier Moti Sagar of the Gorkha Regiment, during which the President of Indonesia, Sukarno, was the chief guest. The flypast of that parade included aircrafts such as Harvards, consolidated B-24 Liberators, Dakotas, Hawker Tempest, Spitfires and jet planes. The first parade at Rajpath was organized in 1955 when Pakistan's Governor General Malik Ghulam Muhammad came as the chief guest, one of the 2 times that a Pakistani leader was given the honor. Rajpath became the permanent venue for the parade of 26 January in AD 1955. Rajpath was known by the name Kingsway at that time, the name of which has now been changed to Kartavya Path. The parade event on 26 January begins with the arrival of the President. First of all, the cavalier bodyguards of the President salute the national flag, and during this time, the national anthem is played. Post this, 21 gun salutes are given. But do you know that the firing is not done with 21 cannons? Instead, 7 cannons of the Indian Army, which are known as 25 Ponders, are used for firing in 3 rounds. The first firing occurs at the start of the national anthem, and the last firing occurs right after 52 seconds. These cannons were made in 1941 and are involved in all the formal programs of the Army. Each member of the Army who participates in the march goes through 4 layers of investigation. Even their arms are extensively inspected to ensure they are not carrying live bullets. This parade is presided over by the President of India. One of the main functions of the Republic Day parade is to pay tribute to the martyrs who have sacrificed their lives for the country and to confer bravery awards. The participants have already practiced for 600 hours before performing on the 26th of January formally. A special camp near the premises of the India Gate is organized for all the tanks, armored vehicles and modern equipment showing the military power of India. The investigation process for each cannon and the work of whitewashing is performed in 10 stages. The first foreign military contingent, French Army soldiers, took part in the Republic Day parade in 2018. The Republic Day celebrations are winded up with the beating retreat ceremony. It is the conclusion of the Republic Day parades, symbolizing the drawing back of the parading soldiers. Beating retreat is a 17th century military rite that was first used to summon neighboring patrolling units to their fortress. The ritual would take place as the soldiers returned from their patrolling units to their encampment. The occasion is organized and held by the Indian Army with the President of India as the principal guest. The ceremony takes place at the Vijay Chowk, filling it with lights, music and patriotism. Let us go back a little in the history and know how this beating retreat ceremony came into being. When Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip visited post-independence India for the first time in early 1950s, Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, summoned Major Roberts of the Indian Army to plan something magnificent and unique for the Queen's visit. The notion of a beating retreat ceremonial devised by the military services and their associated bands was submitted by Major Robert. The beating retreat has been a component of the Republic Day ceremonies since then. Now finally, the main question. Why was January 26 chosen as the date to adopt the new Constitution of India? 26 January was chosen as the date because on this day in 1930, the Indian National Congress revealed Purna Swaraj, opposing the British regime's domination status, thus declaring India's independence from the colonial rule. Initially known as the Purna Swaraj Day, this came to be known as the Republic Day post the adoption of the Constitution on this auspicious day. These were some of the historic, unknown and amazing facts about the Republic Day. In general, I can happily say, and you all will definitely agree, we can't be more proud of our country. If you like this video, do like, share and comment down below, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Happy 74th Republic Day to everyone, and thank you for watching.